Most people assume that the rail equals growth equally in all areas close by. It doesn't. Growth concentrates. It follows patterns. And if you don't understand those patterns, you're not investing, you're guessing. And I get why most people ask that question. Buying a home or an investment isn't theoretical. It's real money, real timing, and real risk. A wrong decision could cost you years. So instead of guessing, let's slow down and figure out how growth actually works in Las Vegas, especially when a project like this gets introduced. Because once you understand the pattern, the map starts to make sense. Here's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. First, I'm going to break down the rules. The 5 things growth always follows, regardless of the project in Las Vegas. Then we'll look at where the rail will actually help, and why those areas already had momentum before the announcements. After that, I'll walk you through the areas that most people think will benefit, but probably won't much, and explain where that assumption breaks down. And then we'll talk about where the rail most likely will have minimal impact, and why that doesn't make those areas bad, just not growth driven. And at the very end of this video, I'll share with you my take, how I would read this map if I were investing in Las Vegas today. By the end, you'll be able to look at a Las Vegas map and immediately tell the difference between an area that actually benefits from this rail and one that actually happens to be just nearby. And stay with me through the end, because once we get through the map, I'll show you that one pattern that most buyers completely miss, and why that's actually where the quiet opportunities are. If you're new here, I'm Giacomo. I create videos showing you what it's really like to live in Las Vegas, covering local trends, new developments, and neighborhoods that actually deliver value. I'm also a real estate agent, helping locals and relocators find the best opportunities in this market. So if you're thinking about making a move, or just want to stay on the know, hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell, and give this video a like so you don't miss what's coming next. And before we look at neighborhoods, let's set the rules. Growth in Las Vegas, or anywhere, is not random. There are 5 things that it always follows, and understanding these will help you read the map like a pro. First, proximity to jobs. People assume that being close to the rail stop means automatic growth. But growth really follows where people work. The closer a neighborhood is to employment hubs, the more likely you'll see real impact. Second, infrastructure. Roads, utilities, schools. These already moving pieces make growth easier to happen. A rail line can amplify this, but it doesn't create it from scratch. Third, zoning flexibility. Areas that could densify, add apartments, commercial, mixed-use developments. Those are the areas where a rail can actually change market dynamics. A neighborhood stuck in restricted zoning won't see the same fit. Fourth, political permission and developer appetite. Even if land and infrastructures are ready, growth requires support from city planners, regulators, and developers ready to build. Projects stall when momentum isn't aligned. Finally, time horizon. Some areas show lift quickly, others take years. Rail is a long-term project, so patience is part of the strategy. Knowing when growth is likely to hit is the difference between smart buyers and gamblers. These 5 rules are your lens to reading the Las Vegas growth map. Once you understand them, we can start looking at where the rail is likely to help, where it probably won't, and where it might barely matter. And if you want to make sure you catch all the neighborhood's level insights I will be breaking down, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell, and give this video a like. You won't want to miss what's coming up next. Now that we know the rules, let's take a look at the neighborhoods that will make meaningful impact, the winners. These are neighborhoods that already have momentum, and the rail is an accelerator, not a creator. First up, South Las Vegas and Sloan. These areas are already benefiting from industrial, logistics, and tech development. Being near the rail won't immediately create new jobs. It amplifies what's already happening, increasing competition for well-located land and rental demand. Next, corridors south of the Strip. These areas already have infrastructure, proximity to jobs, and zoning that allows development. Rail stops here is a multiplier, increasing accessibility for both homeowners and investors alike. Examples include areas along the east side of the NV160 and corridors like Star, Cactus, Serene, and Pebble, which are all located in this general area right over here. Some master plan expansions are winners as well. These neighborhoods were designed for growth, with flexible zoning, infrastructure, and developer already backing what's in place. Rail adds velocity to projects that were already in place. Examples include Inspirata in Providence and Henderson, Summerlin South, and the areas alongside the east side of the corridor, or Blue Diamond. Something I do want to point out, although Southern Highlands is in the Meta area, it's already all built out. While it won't see major growth, accessibility might improve slightly for residents and investors looking for established, high-value homes. Finally, infill zone with underused land near existing infrastructure. These pockets often fly under the radar, but they're highly responsive to new transit. Examples include areas east of Henderson and areas east and west of St. Rose Parkway. Rail accessibility here makes redevelopment very attractive and accelerates both sales and rentals. So these are the areas where the rail most likely will make a difference. Growth is already happening, and the rail just amplifies it. Next, we'll look at the neutral zones. Neighborhoods people think will benefit, but probably won't see much impact, and why that disconnect exists. Stay tuned, because this is where most buyers get it wrong. These are the neutral zones. Areas that might look promising, but often won't see much impact. Being near a rail doesn't automatically drive growth. We're talking about areas far from the job centers, the likes of North Las Vegas, West Pahrump, and Summerlin North. Reason? Commuting pattern and employment hubs not connected. Rail adjacent, but low density and restricted development. As I mentioned, Southern Highland, Anthem as well. Older single-family residences along Eastern Avenue. Reason? HOA heavy, residences are all built out, and limited zoning flexibility. Third, isolated or partially connected knots, like Northwest Pahrump Corridor, dead-end stops along Blue Diamond, isolated stops in Sloan. Reason? Connectivity is key. These stops exist, but don't link to activity centers. Coming up, we'll talk about the non-beneficiary areas, neighborhoods where the rail is almost completely irrelevant, and why knowing this distinction is critical if you're serious about Las Vegas real estate. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and like. The real insights land here. Finally, we'll cover the non-beneficiaries, areas where the rail is almost irrelevant. These are neighborhoods where proximity to the rail won't change market dynamics, and understanding this is key if you're serious about Las Vegas real estate. 1. Fully built-out neighborhoods and low-density areas. Some fully built-out areas like Southern Highlands Core, Anthem, and older Summerlin sections, not because they're bad, but simply because they don't have room to densify. Even with the rail, there's limited opportunity for new development or meaningful growth. Next, areas where redevelopment is extremely limited, either due to zoning, land ownership patterns, or lack of developer momentum. Even if the rail passes nearby, growth is structurally constrained. Examples, portions of central Henderson, east of Green Valley Parkway, older single-family zones along Decatur Boulevard, the Tropicana Corridor, and finally, some areas just don't intersect with people's daily routines. No nearby jobs, shopping, or transits. The rail exists, but doesn't necessarily improve access. Examples include far west Pahrump neighborhoods, parts of North Las Vegas beyond Cheyenne, and isolated industrial areas in Sloan. So here's the bottom line. Not all rail proximity equals opportunity. Growth concentrates in areas with jobs, infrastructure, zoning flexibility, and developer momentum. Winners: South Las Vegas, Sloan, select master plan expansions, and strategic infill zones. Neutral zones: far from jobs or low density area with partial connectivity. Non-beneficiary: fully built-out suburbs or areas with structural constraints. Las Vegas isn't running out of land, it's running out of well-located land. Rail accelerates competition, pricing pressures, and rental demand, but only in the right pockets. If you're buying based on headlines, this won't help. If you're buying based on patterns, this is exactly where you lean in. And as always, if you're thinking about making a move or just want to stay in the know, reach out. I'd love to help you navigate the Las Vegas market. Make sure you subscribe, tap that little bell, like the video if you please, so you don't miss the next episodes where we break down neighborhoods, timelines, and what I would watch if I were buying in Las Vegas today. I'm Giacomo Zarconi, your Las Vegas real estate agent, helping locals and relocators find the best opportunity in this market. Let's make sure your next move is the right one.